I'm not a diehard sports game enthusiast. Now, my collection is modest, usually consisting of older titles purchased at a bargain price. While I appreciate the genre, I rarely buy annual releases, finding most sports games somewhat repetitive. However, I do have a soft spot for baseball games, particularly World Series Baseball 2 on the Sega Saturn. Gosh, I love that one. How's it going, everyone? Dr. Scott here, and in this episode of Game Closet, I'd like to present you with 10 offbeat and unconventional sports games that will offer you a surprise, hilarity, mayhem, and maybe even a touch of the bizarre. So it's time to put on your favorite sports jersey and let's play ball! Hit the Ice is a slightly askew take on ice hockey, and there are many fans of hockey games that would adopt this less than serious title fairly quickly. I really think there's going to be several people who are going to make this comment, "Where's Mutant League Hockey? Are you crazy?" And my answer would be, go f yourself. Listen, I love Mutant League Hockey as much as the next guy, and I wanted to show you something that wasn't Mutant League Hockey for a reason, and that reason is, I had never heard of Hit the Ice until my friend Johnny Graphics told me about this game until after he acquired it this summer. So, it's his fault he picked it up, and you can leave comments all over his YouTube page. Here's the URL. Now back to Hit the Ice. Sorry, Johnny, had to throw you under the bus there. It's okay, it's okay, it's a great game. That's why I'm showing it to you. It's available on multiple platforms, and you are seeing me play it here on the Sega Genesis. I was quite surprised by this game, to tell you the truth. I knew it was going to be a great game since Johnny recommended it, but sometimes you just need to see things for yourself to see how cool they actually are. Taito, Williams, and Midway went all video game Voltron on us back in 1990 when they teamed up to develop and publish this title for the arcades and then home consoles. Now, you can play up to 4 players using your favorite controller team tap and then just start playing because basically there are a few rules to adhere to, so just have fun. And when I say there are a few rules, I mean there are few rules. Yeah, you just basically, you play and you kick people's butts and you keep going. Players use illegal hockey moves, slashing, tripping, no gunshot wounds, nothing like that. They don't have that in this game, but wouldn't that be fun? Fights are frequent. Losing a fight slows you down, and multiple losses results in injury. So, you might have a guy who's kind of like sitting out of the game for a little while because, he's not very good at fighting. Hit the Ice has more going on than what I've mentioned, but basically jump in, slap the puck, and then slap your opponent and win. That's basically it. I am a big fan of Splashdown Rides Gone Wild for the PlayStation 2. Now, if you could jet ski through Disney World, Universal Studios, and Jurassic Park, you would have the essence of this game. I did a full review early in the life of this channel on Splashdown Rides Gone Wild. It really made an impression upon me, and I know it would make an impression upon you. You'll find yourself jet skiing through exotic environments like Dino Domination. You'll race through a prehistoric world filled with mechanical dinosaurs, and by the end, they're all going crazy and they're breaking down. So you'll see these broken mechanical dinosaurs just kind of chasing after you. Bermuda Blast with lush tropical islands, hidden waterfalls, and crystal clear waters. Expect challenging turns, jumps, and hidden shortcuts. There's also Polar Plunge, Cannibal Cove, Downtown Downpour, and several others to keep you entertained for hours. There's a multi-tiered arena for trick competitions. And if you watch my review, I tried to do everything I could to break my character's neck, and it didn't work. She stayed alive. That's fine, though. It's a great game, and I didn't want to really kill her anyway. I just wanted to see what I could do. Like Grand Theft Auto. You just get in the car and you go. The diverse environments keep the gameplay fresh and exciting, constantly presenting new challenges and opportunities for thrilling races. The water effects were impressive for 2003, and they're still pretty decent today. Huge waves crash around you, affecting your speed and control, while currents can push you off course. These elements add a layer of unpredictability and excitement to this racing experience, and it's actually not that expensive, so grab a copy and have tons of fun with this one.
Bit the dummy that time.
There are many racing and demolition derby games out there. If you swing a dead possum around at a gaming expo, and likely you'll hit one at someone's table, I guarantee it. Plus, you probably will get thrown out of the convention. So don't do that. But Wreckfest stands out from the crowd, I promise you it does, not just because it's relatively new, the PS4 version being played here on the PS5, but because it has a gigantic range of everything from common vehicles to the most off-the-wall in which to smash into your opponents, just like the riding lawnmower you're seeing me riding on here. Yeehaw. Listen, I could bore you to death with all kinds of details about the game, blah, blah, blah. It does this, it's got these modes, you can do this. It'll just speak for itself. Just watch here for a second. Who'd think that the Crystal ship would go for one last cruise in the Hophead Crasher fame? Hopefully Jesse Pinkman and Heisenberg won't catch you bouncing around in their moneymaker, or else you might end up underneath one of these things yourself. Listen, I could sit here and blather about Wreckfest all day, but it's great looking, it's a crashing good time, and it's racing mayhem at its peak, and it's fairly cheap. And according to rumor, there's a second one coming out really, really soon. Bowling video games are almost always fun. Now, I don't recall running across one that I don't like. Well, heck, the first bowling game I remember ever playing was bowling on the Atari 2600. It was simple, but it was fun. Now, fast forward to the Wii, and we had Wii Bowling, and then PlayStation had their motion-based bowling title, High Velocity Bowling, which you're seeing here, and it uses the regular controller, the DualShock 3, or of the 6-axis if that's what you've got. You grip the controller in a rather unconventional way to bowl, but once you begin playing and get a few frames under your belt, it begins to feel quite natural, actually. And you can see how that looks over on the left side of the screen there. Honestly, I like to go bowling with my friends or family, but I'm just awful at it. 5-year-olds have beaten me in the past. I'm not kidding there, but I have fun. The same is true with this game, but I actually do a lot better with high velocity bowling than bowling in real life. The challenge mode is actually quite the challenge. Ironic, huh? You unlock characters in the game and more lanes by passing the challenges presented, and they can be quite tricky. Of course, you could play it with the motion control, but why the heck would you? Using the DualShock 3 is very natural, and it just makes you feel cool, even though you aren't one of the cool kids. Now I'm gonna grab some bowling alley friend and a burger while my buddy Hal goes for the perfect game. As a video game aficionado who does not really play sports games, I was looking for the creme de la creme of non-traditional basketball games. Sure, there's NBA Jam, which I have played before, NBA Hang Time, and who could forget Atari 2600 Basketball, the ultimate in basketball goodness. Just kidding. Ultimately, I landed on this one, NBA Street V2. This isn't just one of the best sports games I've ever played, it's one of the most fun video games I've ever played. Okay, that is a huge statement that needs to be backed up. Of course it's subjective, but here's why it's fun for me. Nostalgia meets over-the-top action. V2 has arcade-style action, which I sign up for all day. I'm really not into simulation-style sports games that much, and this one scratches that itch easily. It's flashy moves, high-flying dunks, and just spectacular plays. Then there's the Game Breakers. These are special moves that are triggered by building up the Game Breaker meter, and that allows you to dunk higher, harder, steal like a cat burglar, and whip up a little game-changing magic. The roster is a mix of NBA stars of 2003 and legendary players of yesteryear. Plus, the atmosphere is streetball, baby, with a pumping soundtrack that I can't let you hear. Sorry. Additionally, you can play 1-on-1, 2-on-2, or 3-on-3. I have the PS2 version here, so I would need a team tap for that, but back in the day, you could even play online. NBA Street V2 is a vibrant, bold, and just stylish game, and unfortunately, the lightning was never captured in a bottle again. V3 and the more recent V2, they just don't have it where it counts. I am sure you are all familiar with Rockstar's games like Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, Max Payne, LA Noire, and Bully. But I bet a good deal of you never heard of this one. Table tennis, that's right. Rockstar made table tennis for the Xbox 360 and for the Wii. I know, I was just as shocked in 2006 as you are right now. Get ready to grab a racket so you can hit your opponent over a ping pong ball. After you win, maybe you can steal his car and go run over pedestrians on the sidewalk. But for now, you're just gonna play ping pong, also known as table tennis. This isn't a simple game of whoever won't screw up and whiff a ball over by the laundry basket. You know, the way you'd play in your buddy's basement on his parents' dusty, forgotten, and neglected ping pong table. They even call it a sport, and Rockstar decided to make a great video game like only Rockstar could. They say the proof is in the pudding, so this game must be tapioca because it's mixed with chunks of details from a career mode so you can unlock new equipment, and venues around the world. Rockstar focused on realism. Now, when don't they? The game goes all in on realistic physics and accurate table tennis mechanics. Now, you'd think because it's a Rockstar game that you'd be able to beat up your opponent and steal his wallet when things don't go your way. As much as I'd love to have that update, you'll need to play one of the lesser Outlaw Golf or Volleyball games for those mediocre shenanigans. If we boil this game right down to the salt, Rockstar's table tennis is Pong for people who give a damn about graphics and realistic physics. If you don't give a damn about that, well, just go play Pong. I just wanted to warn you that this next game is just stupid. You heard me right, and you have been warned. So, you've decided you want to ride a bull, but you just don't feel like getting gored by a bull's horns. You may also live in a place where bulls aren't readily available. That's just fine, because 8 to Glory has got you covered. Well, sort of. I thought long and hard about including this game on this list, and I included it anyway just because it's a stupid game and it's hilarious. 8 to Glory is not a great game by any stretch of your twisted imagination. It's got more in common with Guitar Hero and Dance Dance Revolution than Madden Football or PGA Tour because it's a rhythm game rather than an honest-to-goodness sports game. Another reason I put it on this list is because bull riding is a sport, and for the $5 I paid for this game new over a year ago at Big Lots, it's actually good for a chuckle for, well, a few minutes anyway. It ticks all the boxes that a sports game could tick, like the ability to customize your rider's appearance, unlock new bulls. I can't believe those words just came out of my mouth. Anyway, and fairly realistic physics that simulate the bull's power. It also features actual licensed PBR riders. That's professional bull riders, not Pabst Blue Ribbon. Here's the gist. You mash the correct buttons while riding the bull in time to stay on the bull. It also helps to get the right grip before they open the gate. That's it. The graphics didn't win any awards, and even though the venues look slightly different, they didn't go far enough to make it look like you're really going from one location to another, as they all look sort of the same and the camera angles are all the same, so yeah, it's kind of blasé. The game's value is like playing a mini game or daring your buddy to go streaking or pee on an electric fence. I'll give you $5 if you either play this game or put your tongue in this hand mixer. Wussy. You just play it because you lost a bet or you're warming up to play something good. It's a minor distraction. So don't grab your keys and dash out to the local mom and pop game shop to grab 8 to Glory as soon as you can. Pay no more than $5 and hope your buddies don't point and laugh at you because you're suggesting you play it. Have a few PBRs, then slip PBR into your console before you play a good shooter. Making yet another appearance on the channel is Dead or Alive Xtreme Beach Volleyball. Yes, Team Ninja and Tecmo, God bless them, gave us this feast for the eyes, and I salute them. I was just kidding about 8 to Glory, really! We can play Dead or Alive Xtreme Beach Volleyball. Come on, guys!
Oh, hell yeah! I knew you had to be kidding, Scott. Hey, man, you can have your underwear and socks back now.
Dead or Alive Xtreme Beach Volleyball features beach volleyball gameplay with a strong emphasis on the visual presentation of the female characters. Do I really need to say anything else about this game? Well, okay, I'll elaborate. You play volleyball on the beach as these beautifully rendered women replete with awesome physics. Yeah, that's the word. Seriously, it's actually a pretty good volleyball game whether or not the girls were wearing bikinis or if they were wearing snowsuits or burlap potato sacks. The animations are fantastic, even for a game made in 2003. The game's mechanics are fairly simple too, as you only use 2 buttons for spiking and blocking, and 2 for receiving and applying lip gloss. I mean setting. You can customize your characters with different swimwear, and there are other mini-games on the island that are completely outside the realm of volleyball. There is a vague storyline going on here too. Following his victory in the Dead or Alive 3 tournament, Zack purchases a private island and invites the female participants under the pretense of holding the next tournament there. However, upon arrival, the ladies discover it's a forced vacation. The focus shifts from competition to relaxation with activities like volleyball, swimming, and island exploration. All I have to say is thank you, Zack, and thank you, Team Ninja and Tecmo. You have seen the Burger King games dirt cheap ever since they came out. You can still buy them online from people or at gaming expos for like $5, sealed. If you had $5 and your choices were Burger King Pocketbike Racer and 8 to Glory, go for the King. Why? Because the Burger King games are freaking awesome. Burger King Pocket Bike Racer is exactly what it says. It's a pocket bike racer. You race against others on pocket bikes. You can even play the same game on the original Xbox or the Xbox 360. So put the disc in either console you've got and have fun. They were created as a promotional tie-in for the Burger King restaurant chain, but what they created was something really special because, as silly as it does seem, this arcade racer has easy-to-learn controls, fast-paced with power-ups like Mario Kart-style racing games, and you can play as the King himself. For just a few bucks, you got a value meal and your choice of one of 3 games. Food and fun at the Burger King. That was awesome. Who could ask for more? So grab your $5 and grab this game. Now, you don't get a burger with the game now, no matter where you buy it from, but guaranteed, you will get a hearty bunch of fun. Or you could just run through the drive-thru real quick on your way home and grab me a Whopper with cheese while you're there, please. So I didn't put Mutant League Football or Mutant League Hockey for the Sega Genesis on this list because I knew I was going to put Mutant Football League on here instead. Sure, you can grab those other 2 games, and they are great games. They're great classic retro games, but I am just not going to go into detail about them in this video. It's extremely apparent that the inspiration for Mutant Football League was siphoned directly out of Mutant League Football on the Genesis. As fun as the Genesis game was for its time, Mutant Football League goes the full 9 yards with its graphics, fleshing out the teams, gameplay, and the mechanics. Developer Digital Dreams Entertainment pulled out all the stops and showed much love for this passion project, and it really does show. The gameplay is over-the-top action and as arcadey as it gets. All the players are mutants, robots, mummies, zombies, aliens.
Mugs, pugs, thugs, nitwits, halfwits, dimwits.
They wield chainsaws, breathe fire, and devastate the opposition with special moves that would make a grown human cry. I know I'd be crying on the field if I saw half this stuff myself. If you watch the channel enough, you know that I love dark humor, and Mutant Football League has got plenty of it. Plus, if you want satirical commentary, the amazing Tim Kitzrow is one of the commentators, and he's delving out the zingers like his pants are on fire. The types of teams and their names are just insane too. You have got the robotic Tokyo Terminators, Blitzburg Steelers, the Galaxy Chaos, the Mile High Chronic, Carcass City Creeps, New Gorlian Zombies, the Grim Bay Attackers, and many more to choose from. There's no loss of satire here, as you can find the Mutant League version of most of your favorite teams. I had a ton of fun back in the day with Mutant League Football, and of course Mutant League Hockey. That's actually my favorite of the 2. And they're both still very, very fun. But this current spiritual successor just gives us so much more that you want to come back to, with the amazing graphics, simple football mechanics that you typically see in really well-made football games, and it's a robust, tongue-in-cheek, and satirical hats-off salute to arcade football. Listen, you really couldn't ask for much more, except for, of course, a sequel, and we would love to have a Mutant Hockey League. Come on, guys, get on that. We have to have a Mutant Hockey League. If you guys can do this awesomely for the Mutant Football League, I know that you would just slap it out of the arena with a Mutant Hockey League.
Montezuma's revenge.
You are seeing me play it here on the Nintendo Switch, and it's available for PC, Xbox One, and PS4. What's your favorite off-the-wall sports game? Is one of your favorites on the list here? Now, please don't say 8 to Glory. Or if it is, please tell me why in the comments. Now, if I get enough wacky and fun games in the comments, maybe I'll do another video like this one in the future, covering those submissions and a few that I left off the list. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you very, very soon.